Hi everyone, in this video I'm going to swatch part of the new Dose of Colors collection. It's a collaboration collection with a beauty YouTuber called, I think it's iluvsarahii. I actually had to look it up because I don't know anything independently about her. I haven't been following her until now. So I tried to look her up on YouTube and just see how her name is supposed to be pronounced. It sounds like her name is Karen, and she is a lady of color, which is really nice to see a YouTuber being able to collab with a brand like this for a collection like this. These items are available to purchase through Ulta, and I'll put a link in the description box to where you can find it if you're interested, as well as a link to Ebates so that you can get some cash back on your purchase if you purchase online. So the collection actually includes what you see here, which is an eyeshadow palette, 2 highlighters. It also includes some liquid lipsticks and some lip glosses. I went ahead and I'm just going to focus on the face and eye products as opposed to the lip products. I think just because I feel like the market's kind of oversaturated with colors like this and with products like this. So I wanted to concentrate on the powder products. So please make sure you're subscribed to the channel by clicking that red subscribe button. If you haven't checked out my latest videos, including ones for MAC's newest collection and a bunch of drugstore items, then please see the upper right-hand corner for links to those kinds of videos. All right, let's get swatching this new eyeshadow palette and 2 highlighters from the iluvsarahii collection. All right, so all of the palettes are made with heavy cardboard that close via a magnet. So this is the eyeshadow palette. It does include a mirror inside, which is very nice. On the palette for the eyeshadows, the names of the colors are on the back of the palette. Let's start by swatching the 2 highlighters. So these retail for $28 each. And as you can see, the palettes also do have a mirror on the inside. The description for the highlighters says that this highlighter gives the skin a radiant, illuminated glow, packed with color, yet applies weightlessly, creating an illuminated look. These are cruelty-free, gluten-free, talc-free, paraben-free, vegan, and phthalates-free. This shade here is called Soulmate, and soul is spelled like the Spanish word for sun, so S-O-L. And this next shade is called Bathe. And the other thing I want to say about these before we swatch is you get a ton of product. $28 is, I would say, kind of on the expensive side for a highlighter, especially from a brand that isn't super high end, but you're getting, what is it, 12 grams? Yeah, 12 grams, 0.41 ounces of product. So you're definitely gonna, it's gonna take you a while to get through these, even if you're using them on a daily basis. So I'm swatching with an angled powder brush. This is Soulmate, which says is gold. Adding just a little more product. I would just describe this more as a natural, kind of deeper champagne. There's no real yellow tint to it, so I wouldn't really call it gold. And then you have Bathe, which it says is more of a peachy pink. Again, I don't really see any peach in here. I think this is kind of a silvered, warm pink. And here's just a little more product applied to build it up. So there are the 2 highlighters. They swatch absolutely beautifully. They just blend out really effortlessly over the skin, and they're very smooth and have a very high impact, even without using a lot of pressure or really trying to layer it or blend it out. Here is the eyeshadow palette. This retails for $35, and the description says this eyeshadow palette was designed to inspire your creativity. Karen's vision for this palette was for everyone to be able to create everyday eye looks to the ultimate iluvsarahii eye glam. This palette includes 6 eyeshadows in a variety of colors and formulas. So here is up close what the palette looks like and what the shades look like up close. As always, I'll swatch these left to right, starting from the top row, then the bottom. And I will swatch them with an eyeshadow brush over primer. The first shade is called Poquito Más, which is a pearly base with iridescent pastel peach and pink hues. Sunglow is an antique gold with metallic foil finish. Wanderlust is a matte brown with an orange brown hue. Loungy is a matte, it says peach pink. I don't really see a lot of pink in here. I think this is pretty much a matte peach. Palma is a teal base with aqua, turquoise, and blue reflex. And Finders Keepers is a matte jet black with multicolor ultra fine glitter. Alright, those are the shades from the eyeshadow palette. It does say that the second and second to last shades can be used wet or dry, so you could foil those shades if you wanted to. Here's what the finishes look like up close. Alright, so there are the highlighters and the eyeshadow palette from this collection. Let's start with the eyeshadow palette first. I think it's a very good palette. I don't think that it is a flawless or nearly flawless palette. I do wish that the two matte shades were a little bit creamier, smoother, and more pigmented. They did go a little bit patchy. Now, when you're blending them out, most likely in the crease, that's how most people are going to use them, with a fluffy brush, are you really going to notice that it's not super pigmented or a little more opaque? Maybe not. So I think practically speaking, my small criticism may not actually mean very much, but just comparing to other eyeshadow formulas that you've probably experienced that are creamier and more pigmented, the ones in this palette are not quite up to that standard. As for the shimmering shades, I think that the last one, it's important to note, is not the same, that last black shade is not the same as the other metallic, more creamy shades. That one has a matte base, and then there's just shimmering glitter particles added to it. The reason that's important is because you shouldn't use it wet, number one, and two, you should really expect a lot more fallout of those glitter particles because it's not mixed into the pigment itself like it is with the other metallic shades. So if you're going to use that shade, I would say make sure you use a stickier base. Definitely use a primer underneath. But it does seem like a beautiful palette. It's definitely warm toned if you're gonna anchor the eye look with either of those two matte shades, so just keep that in mind. The highlighters I am so super impressed by. They are super creamy in formula. The effect is very potent without being really gaudy. There's no chunky shimmer particles that you can see individually. It's super smooth and very refined on the skin while also being very dramatic. And I didn't have to do extra work. I didn't have to really push my brush into the pan to pick up the product. It was very easy to apply, blend it out really smoothly, and just has a really refined and effortless, yet also strong effect on the skin. So please let me know in the comment section below. I know a lot of people have already tried the items from this collection. Let me know what you think of the products themselves or of the collection in general. I hope this video was helpful to you and that you enjoyed watching it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. As always, thanks for taking the time to watch, and I'll see you in the next video.